Vision and origin. I was raised on television and with no consistent family. My mother never really set up a rating system at all. In fact, when it aired, we all watched it together as a family live on TV. And knowing I was terrified, she went out and bought me a Bozo the Clown marionette doll and stuck it in my room the next day. And I was terrified, but this helped me at the age of 6 overcome fear. Also knowing it was funny, I was raised with the kind of carefree streak that only came from her. It let the serious be said and done with, fast and usually flat out. That same lack of censorship led to my eyes being opened at an early age to the entire world, including Eyes Wide Shut at the age of 13, which I don't really remember, and I think my brain did that on purpose. As an art teacher, my mom did this lack of censorship raising so I could grow up knowing life as much as possible out the gate. Age didn't matter, but the way she handled it after did, and she did it well. Lending this open mindset to others is a kindness I would give in spades if I could. Not everybody wants to hear everything. Not everybody was raised without censorship, but I find that it leaves doors open and your mind. In that vision, I was raised by an art teacher. My mom taught my 2nd grade art class, and her love for all things culture has led me to a sort of vision so vast, I can only be grateful. As far as work ethic, I often hear either overabundant or aloof. 2 conflicting words, juxtaposed. But there you have it. Overabundant or aloof, where at my last job I had 800 mailboxes with over 1,000 names. I would finish it in half the shift's time. And I'd find myself bored, either constantly working so fast and too fast that I'd be bored after, and then I'd be mad that my schedule had nothing on it, but happy that I wasn't doing anything anymore. So I'd be overly abundant and then suddenly aloof and or lazy. Though my mom always taught me honesty is the best policy, reining it in inside as well as out is a constant goal. Always working on it. In practice, I can become obsequious, however. Another balance I am working on and working towards with others and for others, and I'm determined to find and show it in my actions. Lending too much or giving out too much. And in time I found my own advice, which I would lend to others, in that you can rein in your time and advice if you find that you're giving too much of it. It's a point of view that took a while, but that advice is now a hint inside of me that's always there. A balance in the scales, as I'm known to, in that overabundance, take on existential and or unwanted weight. In finding that, practice makes perfect. The balance in the scales becomes easier every day. As far as attitude, I'd like to quote one of my heroes, Charlie Chaplin. In the vein of attitude, in a sense, I like to use the slogan, often imitate but never duplicate. We are all, as artists, inspired by others. Everything is derivative in some way in your heart, or something that came due to something that came prior. I like to take this inspiration and change it into something personal, and usually private, but in this case personal. And if it's inspiring enough, I can change it off the bat because it lends a sort of energy in that inspiration. So, when things get out of hand or rough, I am prone to bringing the matter at hand almost too quickly. At times, this isn't the best approach, I've noticed, but the broader effect in time is to strike a balance between what needs to happen in those rough times and the way I go about letting it be known that it needs to happen. In my attitude, there comes a persistence of vision, not just in film terms, but in a day-to-day life. It's akin to when things get rough, and with a solo parent raising me, I slowly picked up that maintaining a self-core and a system and a structure keeps me able to persist through the difficult. The system is necessary to me because I've learned that the difficult I can do right now, but the impossible will only take a little while. Life lesson that took time, was hard to learn. So when it comes to attitude, I'd have to say that I'm gonna quote one of my favorite actresses and say, "For beautiful eyes, seek only beauty in others, and for beautiful lips, speak only words of kindness. And for poise, walk with the knowledge that you are never alone."